Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, can you go ahead and click on one of those more embedded options? Okay. So one thing I'm looking for is performance. As you're filtering at such a granular level, I'm wondering how much I'm going to be waiting. It seems a little hung up there with what you just did. Missed opportunity as well. Does it come in more than one color? So if it does, it'd be great to have a little bit of inset swatches right here so that I know when I see a pattern, oh, like this vertical striped nest product you have there. Maybe I love that, but I really was looking for a blue and a gray.
You know, when as you add or as you open these tabs, it becomes very long on the left-hand side. And there's ways to help with that, which maybe we'll discuss later. But so today we're going to look at category pages. Last week we did home pages. If you want to check out homepage, you can check out our last episode. But today we're going to look at category pages. Category pages, David, do you have any top tips or best practice that you love to see in a category page?
Yeah, you bet. The category pages are super important. It's that next step that's funneling you to the product that hopefully you're going to purchase. So what I like to see, I'm an analytical guy. I like the site to be user-friendly and also help me find what I want quickly. So I'm looking for great filtering that's going to narrow down what I'm looking at. And I want to see enough information about the product before I go into the product page. So I'm not spending a lot of time going in and out, trying to find what I want. I want to use filtering, see what I want, go on to the product page, hopefully complete the purchase, do it all pretty quickly. How about you, Nigel?
Yeah, I often think that category pages are like the unloved child of e-commerce. So it's that page that doesn't often get a lot of input and effort, but I think it's a massive missed opportunity for not only user experience, as you said, like the next step from, it's usually the next step from the homepage. You click on a category box generally, and you'll go to a category page. So it's that next step, but also in terms of SEO, it's a fantastic opportunity to rank for SEO that is often missed. And I think it's just people don't realize the opportunity that's there. And maybe they're focusing on blog pages, focusing on even the product page over the category page. So I always think it's a missed opportunity from SEO, but also it's like the unloved child of like your progress through the site. And I think you only see that when you go to a really great category page and you realize how easy it is to use. And not only that, but also how inviting it is to like go deeper. You know, you're on the second step, but you have to go deeper to actually purchase. And
Exactly.
if you've got a really good category page, that really encourages you to go deeper, go to the product, add to cart, etc. So yeah, I like category pages. I like to show them a little bit of love.
Yeah, I mean, think about walking into a brick and mortar store. You don't walk in the door and then just see random single products coming at you with no context, right? So
Yeah.
you're going to look for that nice merchandising, that area of the store that draws your attention to the products I'm looking for. I'm looking for men's shirts or something. So it needs to be inviting and I need to have direction. And once I'm there, it needs to be organized well. So
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it actually, in terms of a physical store and the merchandising and branding of your shelving. And maybe think about it, if I go to a really, say, artisanal shop, like a craft shop, and they've done the display really well, and they've not only the layout of it is functional and helps me find what I'm looking for, but it looks really great. I want to go and browse there among those items. That's a good description of what a category page is, because you're right, you don't go in and like start lifting things off the floor. You have to go to an aisle, you go to the shelf, and you start browsing that way. So that's a good, I like that. Cool. And we're going to look today not only at a few different category pages, but also a couple of different CMS systems. And Shopify is obviously the big one these days. Everybody loves Shopify. And you can modify Shopify as you can WooCommerce, Magento, BigCommerce, etc. But they do tend to have a sort of feel about them in terms of their basic layout. So it might be interesting to look at the different CMS systems and see, well, is that making a difference on the user experience? How does that feel? Yeah, I think, because I do think that there is a feel. Like if I go to, especially not just on the category page, if I go to a cart page or checkout, I immediately know when I'm on a Shopify site because they're all basically the same.
Sure.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see different CMS systems on category pages. Cool. Well, do
Sounds
you
good.
want to look at the first one?
Yeah, let's go.
Here we go. First category page. So this is actually running on Magento. Let's have a look. First impressions to you, David. What's your first impression?
Well, I like this banner across the top. I like the imagery tells me where I am, and there's a little bit of text there for some SEO, so I like that. Yeah, in terms of merchandising, I feel like I know where I am, and it feels inviting to keep exploring. Yes, indeed. So not a lot of differentiation here on the products. Yeah, they all looking fairly homogeneous. It's a little hard for me to know how to differentiate what I'm looking at. So even the texture in the imagery, it seems to get a little bit lost for me. So my goal here is to compare and choose. And I'm thinking, what criteria do I have to choose? Now, granted, you haven't filtered yet, but I see pricing and I see some nuance in color, but I'm not exactly sure that I see enough information to really help me know what to do next here to get what I'm looking for.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, although I haven't filtered, it actually has preset a filter. Now,
Okay.
I went to wall coverings and durable wovens.
Okay.
So I didn't actually select this filter, which is an interesting choice from the store side because they have essentially made this category page a filtered version of a larger category page. So if I clear that filter, I'm assuming this is wall coverings, but I
Uh,
didn't notice that when I first selected it, that when I went to wall coverings and then selected a subcategory, it
okay.
wasn't technically a subcategory. It was a filtered version of the wall covering category.
Uh,
Yeah, that's interesting that they've decided to go that route.
yeah, and a potential lost opportunity for SEO because now what that tells me is the text at the top, which I was complimentary of, and the imagery
Yes.
as well, and I still am. But now that text needs to be universal for everything under wall coverings, and that
Yeah.
might be okay to start off. And maybe there isn't enough in the major filtered areas to add more SEO text copy, but I would think there probably is. So in the future, this might be an opportunity to create a standalone page for each of those major categories at least, so that you're getting more targeted SEO.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. You are missing out the opportunity for your subcategories. And in in any like in SEO in general, it's those longer tail keywords that are actually the highest converting. So if you have somebody searching for like durable woven wall covering, they're going to be more likely to be ready to purchase than somebody just searching for a shorter phrase, like just wall coverings in general. Um,
Sure.
so yeah, there's definitely a missed opportunity there on the subcategories. That I didn't actually realize that when I first visited this site that these were these were filtered versions. Let's have a look at the filters. This is an interesting filter, quick ship available.
I like that.
Yeah,
I
I
like.
like that too. The only thing I would say is what does quick ship mean? It might like maybe if there was like 1 day shipping or 2 day, like I would a bit more information would be good because does this mean what does this mean? I don't know. But I like that. I like that little sort of quick filter, and then we can go into categories. Um, we have a filter
Yeah.
for categories here.
The only thing that feels a little bit disconnected to me is that quick ship. It's it's shifted off to the right. It isn't in the other filters, and it's a radio toggle. And I can understand the prominence of that and wanting to draw attention to that. It's bold text. It's a big orange toggle. However, all the other filtering is vertical checkboxes. It seems like a little bit of disconnect there for me. But again, I definitely like the ability to call out what quick ship is. And you're right, a little informational icon or a hover, something, just a tooltip. It'd be very simple to just add a little bit more context on what does quick ship mean.
Yep, I agree. What do you think of this style of filtering, where you have checkboxes and then you have like subcategories of checkboxes? Uh, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, can you go ahead and click on one of those more embedded options? Okay. So one thing I'm looking for is performance. As you're filtering at such a granular level, I'm wondering how much I'm going to be waiting. It seems a little hung up there with what you just did. Uh, I'm okay with it. I like the little icons as well that are giving me an idea of
Yeah, these are
exactly
good.
what yeah, I need that context helps for sure.
And the color, having the color in the colored ones is good. That's good.
That swatch is super helpful for sure.
Yeah.
Potentially this is a missed opportunity as well. I don't know enough about these products from this company to know, but for a given sort of model, if you will, of upholstery or wall covering, does it come in more than one color? So if it does, it'd be great to have a little bit of inset swatches right here so that I know when I see a pattern, oh, like this vertical striped nest product you have there. Maybe I love that, but I really was looking for a blue and a gray. If I had some inset
Yeah.
color swatches, I would know what's available. Now, maybe these
Yes.
products simply don't come in other colors, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And we'll look at that later, I think, in a different site. But yeah, that you're right. A choice to navigate with to the type of product, but in a different color would be good. But as you say, we don't know enough about this. Maybe that's not. Maybe that's only available in sort of the gray and in the white color. So I'm going to click some more here on the left. The only thing I would say about this style of filtering is it gets very long. You know, when as you add or as you open these tabs, it becomes very long on the left-hand side. And there's ways to help with that, which maybe we'll discuss later. But that's a negative for that. I think you kind of have to scroll down a lot as you kind of go down these different ways of methods to filter, and it becomes quite a long list. But yeah,
It does. And it becomes super awkward when you filtered so much that you might only have four products, but still your scroll bar, your filtering bar is going way down the page. That's pretty
yes.
awkward where you have all this white space and you kind of get lost.
Yeah, and once you close up the tab, you don't see what you've filtered for. Oh no, maybe it's up here. Available finish, color. Let me see if this comes up. It does, it is. It's coming up here. That's good because I didn't think it was. And I like the clear all. That's really helpful because otherwise you would have to go in to each tab and find your filter. So having the clear all option is great. Although I see when I cleared all, I came to a different. How did I end up there? Wall coverings. I was in wall coverings. I clicked clear all in wall coverings. Now that's okay. I come back to wall coverings. So in general, I think this is okay. Like I think they've done some things really good. I like the icons on the product. I like the icons on the subcategories. I like the quick ship available. I like the swatches on color. But yeah, there could be some improvements here as well. I don't like this long list of filtering options. It just becomes quite a lot.
Right. Agreed. But
Cool.
all in all, nice job,
All in all,
Carnegie. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah, not bad, not bad. Right, let's go to the next one.